if you love books, then you probably have the same problem I do, which is that you buy more books than you read, and the TBR seems like a never-ending pile. So today I have taken out every single book on my physical TBR, and I will show you all the books that I have yet to read, and it is actually my goal to get this to under 10 books. So I definitely have a lot more than 10 here, so let's go through it. Okay, so I actually did read the first book in Red Rising, but I impulse purchased the entire series up to today. And yeah, I know there's even another book coming out, which I believe is called Red God. And I'm happy that I actually bought all the books because the first one was spectacular, and I am most likely going to be rereading it and then fly through all of these books as well. So that's the plan with these. So there's 5 books right here, just part of one series. I also have the entire Cruel Prince trilogy as well. I know I haven't read this. It's on my list along with a bunch of other books here, and I will definitely be getting to this hopefully sooner rather than later. And I've heard nothing but good things about this, so I bought all 3 books, and then because everyone raves about these books, I also bought this little novella. And then I also bought the next duology that takes place in the same world, so The Stolen Heir and The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. So these books are definitely on the list, and I will be getting to them soon. Nothing here that I really want to unhaul. I will probably be doing an unhaul video sooner rather than later, as I have a couple books in storage as well that I should probably go through. Next, my sister got me the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I still haven't read it. I've heard mixed things about this book and this series. I've heard that the first book is really, really good, and then the series kind of goes downhill from there. So let me know your thoughts on this series. I'll probably read the first book and see how I feel, and if I like it, then I'll get the next book. And then the next book that I have on my physical TBR is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I actually just recently bought this book this summer because my boyfriend and I are going to be reading it together before the movie comes out, because I really, really loved The Martian, and I thought this would be a super fun sci-fi book to read with my boyfriend. And then I have Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I love Leigh Bardugo. She is such a nostalgic author for me. I've read all of her YA fantasy when they first came out, so she really is the author that brought me into the world of fantasy and made my love for it grow. So I've been reading a couple of the short stories in here, and they're honestly so cute and so fun. And then I have Fourth Wing. I will be getting to this eventually. I don't like starting a series, especially if it's really good and not all the books are out and we don't know when all the books will be out. Yeah, so this book will get read eventually. I just kind of want to wait until Rebecca Yarros has a couple of her other ones come out, so that just in case I absolutely love this book and fly through the other 2, I can also read the rest of the series. And then I have Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm super hesitant to read this book. I'm not really into like the super spicy romance to like what this is apparently. I didn't know that buying it. I just thought like the cover was kind of cute and pretty, but yeah, I've heard it's like very spicy, so let me know your thoughts. I'm not sure if I should keep this or even try to read it, or if I should just give it to someone else who might enjoy it more than me. And then I also have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I've heard that this one is super like whimsical and cozy, so I'll probably be picking this one up in the spring, because honestly that's just the vibe I get looking at this book, and I'm a very heavy mood reader. And then I have The Study in Drowning. Honestly don't know anything about this book, but I saw the cover and thought, wow, that's beautiful, and I bought it. So yeah, another impulse purchase. And then I had The Courting of Bristle Keats by Mary E. Pearson. I read Dance of Thieves duology so long ago. Like when that series first came out, I read it, and I loved it. And then I actually reread it like a year or two ago, and I still love it. So when I found out that she was coming out with another series, I just bought this one right away, like not knowing what it's about or anything, but I trust her writing, so I'm very excited to dive into this. And I know that the second book is coming out in November, I believe, so hopefully I'll be getting that one too. And I also bought a while ago The Shadows Between Us and The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. So I don't really know anything about these books, but the covers are really pretty, and I've heard it's like a fast-paced fantasy duology, and it's not like super duper in depth or anything to get into. So I feel like this would be a nice series to read if I'm like in the mood for fantasy, but I don't want to commit to like 5 or 8 books or anything like that. And then I also have Expiration Dates by Rebecca Serrell. So I did read One Italian Summer by her, and I wasn't the biggest fan. It was okay, but it wasn't great. So I'm a little bit hesitant to pick this up just because I'm not sure how much I'm going to like it. And then I have Educated by Tara Westover. Definitely excited to read this book. Not sure when I'll get to it, but I've heard nothing but good things about this book. And then I have Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth and The Fates Divide. So this is a duology, and I love like Divergent way back when it came out. I was so into it. I loved the series for the most part. I mean, Allegiance is what it is. That book kind of sucked, but I did like the writing of the first 2 books, so I bought these books a long time ago, and I still have not gotten to them. I don't know. It just, I don't really know what it's about, but every time I pick it up, it's just, I don't know. I'm never in the mood for it, so I might have to unhaul these or give it a go. Let me know if you guys have read these books and what you think, because if you like them, maybe they'll get read. And then my aunt actually got me Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. So this is like a super classic. I feel like most people know about this. And I definitely am interested in reading this. Hopefully I can just kind of read a little bit throughout the winter and just a couple chapters here and there. I know it's not like a novel or anything. So I'll probably take my time with this guide and then just slowly enjoy it. And yes, yeah. So here's The Kite Runner. I know it's a classic. I know it's so popular, and I still have not read it. It definitely needs to be read. Will it get read this year? I don't think so, but I'm also not going to get rid of it because I have high hopes that one day I'll grab this book. And yeah, if I can have the self-control to not buy anymore, then it will get read sooner than later, you know what I mean? And then I have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I have the box set of the first 3, and then I also have the 4th book. I watched the movie way back when it came out, and I thought the movie was so good, so I went out and bought all 4 books, which was so long ago. They're still here. I think these books might get unhauled. I'm not gonna lie. I think I should get rid of these because I don't think it's gonna happen for me. And yes, okay, I have The Hobbit on my TBR as well. I've never read The Hobbit. Don't come at me, please. I don't know why I haven't read The Hobbit. It's like literally the cutest little cover ever, the cutest little book. And I love the movies, like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Like, I love it. And I feel like it would be so perfect for fall. So I'm really, really, really hoping to get to this book in the near future. Hopefully before it's winter. I feel like that would be ideal. So this is definitely on top of my radar, guys. Don't worry. And then I have Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I'm not going to try to pronounce the author's name, but I actually did read like the first half of this book, and then I just ended up putting it down because I wasn't in the mood for it. But I feel like when I am in the mood for like a cozy Japanese fiction book, I will be picking this one up. It's not a book that I've gravitated to recently, but you never know. You never know when the mood's going to strike. So I'm very excited to read this book. And my uncle has actually read like the whole series. So, and he loves it. So, I mean, you know, if someone else loves it, that, you know, you just got to read it. And then Chapters had a sale, and this was only $10, this brick of a book. So I was like, oh, that's a great deal. And I really like dragons. So why not? I just know that this is a fantasy book about dragons, and that's good enough for me. But the mere size of it like is very, very intimidating. So I don't know when I'll get to this, also because it is a series and the second book is still like has not been released yet. So this book will probably be sitting on my TBR for a while, just because I said I like to read a series kind of in order so that I am fresh with everything that's happening and I don't have to go back and try to remember anything. And then of course I have the Throne of Glass set, which I'm actually filming a reading vlog for right now. So yeah, this will be off my TBR the soonest out of all the books here. So I'm really excited to get through these books. And then I have The Betrayal of Anne Frank by Rosemary Sullivan, and I'm really excited to read this book. I'm not sure when I'll get to it, but when I was younger, I read The Diary of Anne Frank and I absolutely loved it. Like, I thought the book was so good and it was so heartbreaking at the same time. So I am very interested to see what this book is about and like any of the secrets that were kept and the mystery behind Anne Frank's like betrayal. I'm really excited to see where this book takes us and kind of find out what happened to her and the backstory that we don't really get in her diary. And then I have The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I've actually only read one book by him, and that's The House on the Lake. And I loved that book. I thought it was so good. I actually listened to it as an audiobook and I flew through it. Like I definitely got the heebie-jeebies a couple times, but it was so good. So hopefully I can get to this while we're still in the middle of fall right now. Maybe I can read this like over Halloween or something like that. That would be really fun. And then I have 2 backlists from Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's one of my favorite authors. So I have one True Loves by her, and then I also have Forever Interrupted. I don't really know what these are about, and I kind of want to go into them blind just because she is one of my favorite authors and she never disappoints. So yeah, I will be getting to these probably in the summer because I believe they're more of like the romance side. So I'm kind of done with romances right now because that's pretty much all I read in the summer. So yeah, those will be kind of waiting till next year. And then I have the second book in the Magnolia Park series, which is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. So I loved the first book so much, but again, I'm just not in like the mood for romance or any sort of toxic relationships at the moment. So again, this will probably get read next year. So I have Powerless, the Powerful novella. Also, like, guys, can we take a moment? The fact that they're not the same height. It really bothers me. I don't know if that bothers you, but yeah, seeing those side by side, it kind of hurts my soul a little bit. And then I also have Reckless by Lauren Roberts. I honestly just full sent and bought the first couple books in this series because I've heard it so good, and I love fantasy so much, especially YA fantasy. So I really don't think these will let me down, and hence me buying the first 3. Again, I'll probably get to these eventually, but right now I'm tackling Throne of Glass, so it's going to be a little bit. And the last book on my physical TBR is Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano, I believe is how you say her name. Yeah, I've heard this is like a Little Women's kind of retelling almost, but set in Italy, I believe. I don't know 100%. But I am excited to read this book. This feels like a spring or summer kind of book, so I'll be getting to this hopefully next year. And honestly, I'm not sure how many books I have, so let me do a quick count. So I have 51 books on my physical TBR, and I am on a book buying ban. So I am hoping to get to all these books. And if I don't get to these books, honestly, within the next year, I will probably be unhauling a couple of these, especially like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I just don't see myself reading those. I've had them on my shelf for, I don't even want to tell you, it's been that long. But yeah, if there's a couple books on here I just don't think I'll get to, which is okay. I'd rather go to someone else who'd rather read it. So yeah, 51 books on my physical TBR, and I will keep you posted on taking the countdown. We are going to get to under 10. We can do this. I hope. I mean, I love book shopping, so we'll see. But yeah, 51 books on my physical TBR. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.